Oh, welcome to my place. Now somebody left a message at the doorway asking if I could show them how to do an arrangement using Cymbidium orchids. Well, I am here to help. If there's anybody out there that would like me to help them with something, don't forget to leave a wee note and I will get to it in due course. But before I get any further into this, do you like my new pinny? Isn't it gorgeous? Looks like I've got a really flash frock on. I think I might have solved my own wardrobe problems. Just wear black and then put a pinny over it. Right, to begin, I have a really lovely oldie worldy cast iron urn here, which I've just given a bit of a paint finish to. I've let it sit outside so that it's got all bits of rust on it because that's the look that I want. And then into the cavity of the urn, I have shoved a hole about 1.5 blocks of the grey floral foam. If you're using artificial forms, this is the best for Oasis to be using, the grey one, because it's specially designed and it's much, much harder, and it means that when the flowers go into it, it holds them firmly. I've got a whole heap of beautiful Cymbidium orchids here. I'm using green because I like green in my home. You could use any colour you like. I've got a couple of artificial made in here ferns. I've got some little creek fern over here, and I've also got some of the foliage that would naturally come with the plants. Now, if you're stuck when it comes to doing any kind of floral designing, just look at what nature has done. Fantastic is she when it comes to selecting what would go with what perfectly. So, and also keep your forms as minimal as you can. By that I mean don't use too many forms, just use your orchids because they're beautiful standalone. Okay, to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my ferns and I'm going to push that down and into there, and then I'm going to come across and I'm going to do the same in this side. Now the thing with this artificial, working with artificials and also working with this grey foam, you've got to really be strong and push it in. Now the other thing I want to put with that is another little, I didn't push that in right correctly, another type of fern, so that we've got these two complementing forms. But I've already shown you all the information that you need doing flowers and the fundamentals of floristry, so go and have a look at that if you're a bit stuck. Now these orchids come from China. They're terribly clever, but they come flat packed in a box. So what you now need to do is to actually play God for a minute and just give them a little wee twist around. Now the other thing with these here, these are new artificial forms that they're using. They're actually have these little stems that you can remove like so. Look at that, you can remove as you like, and then these can also go into water if you wanted to. Right, I'm just going to push these down and into the foam like so in a pattern to which they would naturally be growing. So push those right down and try and have things at different levels as well. And I love it when I do my flowers and I've got them as natural looking as I can. And you know, who would know that they were artificial anyway? And anyway, who cares that you're using artificial forms? Right, push that right down there. And the other thing is that as I'm putting them into there, what I'm doing is everything is coming from one central point, and that's normally how they would grow. So when you're doing it, you make sure you do the same as well. So I've got a couple at the top there, and as much as I'm loath to cut this, I am going to cut it because I need to bring some of the forms lower and into the bowl like so, and then just twist that out. So what have I got here? 2, 4, 6. I'll just put one more in. And there used to be this rule when I was doing my training that you could never ever use even numbers. Well, when you look at things growing out and about, the plant doesn't say, oh no, stop growing now, we've got 6 or we've got 8. It's nonsense. Right, push that down into there like so, and I've got one more left, so I'm just going to cut that too, and I'll put that in the other side. So just give that, as I said, just give that a wee bend, and I feel like that going in over that side. How easy is this to make a beautiful arrangement? Right, now I've got my lovely little wee orchid leaves here. I'm just going to push that into that side there. See, it's just all starting to make a picture. And the other thing is, don't forget that what you do on one side, repeat it on the other, just for a little bit of uniformity, which always helps your work look as natural as possible and pleasant and pleasurable to the eye. Now just bend those out like so, and there we are, almost finished. Now, the other thing that I wanted to add was, because it's a bit stiff up here and nothing's happening, I just want to diffuse a little bit of the weight with those orchids in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of twisty vine on one side, open that out and put another piece on this side, and that could perhaps like twist and bend and come out the other side. Now if you wanted to add a little bit more, you could add the anthuriums. These actually, and if you're ever stuck and think to yourself, oh, what else could I put with that? Keep with the same sort of family, and even though the anthuriums actually are a tropical form, so are the orchids. So I don't see why you couldn't. So put that into there like so, and then cut these a little bit shorter. Don't forget that they have a natural curve in them, so bend that down like so, and then I'll just put a couple more in. So how easy was that? So I'll just keep going until these have all been placed, and I hope you've enjoyed this. For that person who wanted to know how to do this, I hope I have answered your questions. Thanks for calling, and I will see you another day.